else do we need? We need music. Music. Hi guys, welcome back to Sparky. We don't listen to that. Music selection, let's see. I need to go. Hello, NJ Fogio? 3D printing and gaming, how you going? I'm just looking for a music playlist. Looks like I didn't save my old one of copyright-free music. What are we going to do? I don't even know if I followed the channel that I used to get it from. Can you hear me okay, by the way? Is it loud enough? Is the up the nose cam good? I can't get the camera higher today. And my hair's a bit funny because I actually just woke up. Tech 2C? No, that's not music, that's another tech channel. Let's just look up T3 music. No copyright. Could be a little louder. Okay, cool. If you haven't caught one in a long time, maybe because I haven't made one in a long time. Okay, let's see. I can turn my voice up a little. Thank you, Mike. McNallius, hey! Cheeky monkey, I like it. Is the music at an appropriate level to my voice? Where's the... stupid mute button. I said I need to turn it down in my head, but is it good for you guys? Yeah? Okay, cool. Excellent, okay. I think that's everything. This is not Fusion. No, no, it's zBrush. Of course. I just moved the screen. I don't know what's going on. I put the webcam on my drawing tablet, and I know it's a bit up the nose cam, and I'm sorry about that. And if I move the screen, I might sort of come out of view, but that's what we're working with today. All right, I think that's it. We need to do playlist, and we may as well shuffle it. Not that I know what's coming next anyway. And let's look up pictures of bees, because I'm making a bee today. There we go. I'll clue you in on my my image looking process. Here's a bunch of bees. Cool. But I don't want something too realistic, but also I don't think I want anything... I like this. This is very basic, but I don't like this one. It's something funny with his proportions. Oh, isn't that cute? Needs wings. Okay. Well, let's just dive right in here. Like I said, I haven't actually opened this program in months, and I have absolutely forgotten where everything is. 128, 32, 64. We want that one. Ah! Okay. What am I doing with this now? Let's think. I've still got Photoshop shortcuts in my head here. Why is it doing that? The pen's doing something weird. Because we are editing and drawing. Okay. My pen's doing something strange. Where's the other pen? Always on a stream day, guys. Things never go straight on a stream day. Where's... The other pen is lost to the ether, of course. Alright. Oh, there we go. Somehow there's something wrong with it. I'm not actually clicking the button. It's just doing stuff. Keyboard's not being pushed for any reason. I'm so confused. This is not fun. Let me see if it does it anywhere else. So, faulty buttons, I tell you. I don't think I can stop it from doing it. You can't actually see, but I'm not actually even touching the screen. I'm not pushing any buttons, and it's just going nuts there. Okay. Wild success already, isn't it? I do have a spare stylus somewhere. Installing the drivers. Yeah. Maybe. Ugh. Other pen, maybe that's better. Yeah, I think that pen is faulty. Bye, husband! Alright. Unplug it and plug it in again. Did you know what? That's exactly what I did and it didn't fix it. I might have to pull the pen apart. The button's obviously doing something funny. I think it's stuck in. Brush off the cobwebs, yeah. Alrighty. Richie says hi. Hello, Richie. Is it Rich? Yeah, Richie. Okay, so now I need to just reset this. Reset my brain. Yeah, the Big G, he's going out with Charlie this morning so that I can model and stream with you guys. Isn't he nice? Because I've forgotten all my shortcuts, I'm going to have to do everything the long way, so I'm going to zoom out. It's not spacebar. Okay, Alt and clicking off the model can move it around. We got this going. We got this, guys. What do I want my bee to look like? Let's append a subtool. Let's make it another circle. Sphere, sorry. I just pushed W there to change my cursor from sculpting to the move gizmo. I am simultaneously streaming to YouTube and Twitch, yes. Not supposed to, but you know what? Who cares? Let's see, I think I want to make it longer. Let's just go back here. Let's pull it out this way. Make it longer this way. Just to keep everything on the center line. So that when I go to sculpt his body, I want to start off symmetrical. So this is the front. So I want to start off symmetrical so that I can, you know, sculpt the legs evenly and all of this stuff. And then move on to making it a bit asymmetrical at the end to give it a bit more personality. I mean, do I want his head bigger than his body? I don't think so. I think his head needs to be a bit, a little bit triangular. So, also here what I've got is in the subtools, you can see I've got two different shapes here. One's the body, one's the head. If I want to quickly go between them, I can just hold down Alt on my keyboard and just tap. Just tap the one that I want. And that's even easier to see if I put on the polyfill so you can see which one I'm on, which is good fun. Okay, let's go back to brush, which is Q. I pushed Q to move from the moving gizmo to back to the paintbrush. And I'm going to make my draw size big by pushing S. Just start, what do we need? We need symmetry. I pushed X to turn symmetry on, guys, as well. Cool. And the bee body. So how is everybody else here? I know I haven't been online for a while. The bee actually has 3 sections. I should add another bit, huh? This is the back bit. And then we can append a circle again. Sphere. Did I do it? I did, but that's not selected. There we go. And I think it should be a bit small. Maybe it should be a bit bigger and then smaller. What do we got? Bum, 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 bum. Oh, where's the bottom of my model grow? There we go. I actually made it bigger. Yeah, that's the way. Zoom out a little. A little bit more. Thanks, Dan. Yeah, it's been ages. It's been so long. I don't even know why. It's just life. I want to get back into it a bit more, guys. I'm really excited to do things. I don't know if it'll all be 3D printing because I'm diversifying my. I keep looking over there, that's where my webcam used to be. I'm diversifying my hobbies, and I don't have a lot of time to actually 3D print because it's a little difficult with Charlie and the smells that the 3D printer makes. Not that it upsets him, but I feel it's not really good for him. He's so little, and it's one thing for me to breathe in fumes and for the adults around me to do that. It's another thing to force him at such a young age to breathe in these things, and I don't know what it'll do over a lifetime. So I'm just being a little bit careful at the moment as to when I 3D print. Right now I'm trying to make a bee. I'm not sure what type of bee I want to do. If it's sort of turning more on the realism side than the comic side, but it's not going to be perfect, as we all know. I don't go for that style of lifelike too often. Yeah, that's right, Maddie. I mean, he's a pretty robust child, but I'm more concerned that when you introduce things so young, perhaps it could cause a problem later on. And I can't believe I'm responsible for this little person. It's huge. It's a big responsibility, I reckon. Make this a bit longer. This tune is sort of cute and catchy. Okay, so this circle needs to taper in at the back. Oops. Let's turn symmetry back on with X. Good morning, Mike. Yeah, it really does. It changes the whole way you view everything. Before becoming a parent, I had no idea what parenting was like. It's no, I thought I knew. No way. No, I had no idea. And it really does. It's like if you think that as a single person or as a partnered person without children, um, you are the star of your movie, right? If you were in a movie like say the Truman Show is a good example, I suppose. But if you're in a movie, you're the star. Everything you do is to benefit yourself in some way, even if it's like to help others and all that's good. Right? Don't get me wrong, but it is you and yourself. And then when you have a child or you adopt a child, you've got this little person that you're responsible for. The star of your movie changes to them, and so you become a support player in your own movie, and it's quite bizarre. See, I'm actually clicking Alt and holding down Alt and tapping here, but because my brush size is so high, so large that it's overlapping other pieces, it doesn't really know what I'm trying to do. So if your shortcut's not working, it could be your brush size is too big. So make it smaller and off you go. And when there's a way to curve. Bend arc, maybe. Ooh. There. That's it, isn't it? It's curving like a banana. Whee! Is it curving down? Yes. Alright. Well, that's cool. I like that. Yeah, there's so many tools in there, actually. I need to learn them a bit better. A lot of it's to do with how you set up the piece first. It's been a not bad summer, actually. Yeah, so far I've really only used bend arc. I tried bend curve. It has a similar thing. I haven't done any of these other ones yet, but yeah. Foot snow in Chicago, huh? I miss the snow. Last Christmas, I went to Russia and saw snow for the first time in my memory. And it's so beautiful to me. I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to clean it up or worry about the dirt that it creates or shovel driveways or try and drive in the stuff. But as a tourist, and I couldn't believe that you could see the actual snowflakes. I mean, I'd seen pictures. Yeah, I'd seen pictures, and of microscope zoomed in snowflakes. But I didn't know that on those perfect days you can actually see it with just your eye, the beauty of the symmetry of snowflakes. And it just blew me away. Yeah, I have to definitely take Charlie to the snow one day. Probably more than once. Because I have pictures of myself when I was little playing in snow, but I was so small I don't remember it. 6 inches of snow. 4-wheel drive and snow tires help. Snow tires, they have like chains around them or something, do they? Or is that just the quick fix? Alright. I think there's bananas too on. If I bring it in a little. "3D printed snowflakes, yeah. Spikes. Oh yeah, spikes on the wheels. Yeah, I like Lauren from A Buzz Designs. Her snowflakes are really cool. She does them in Fusion. Fusion 360. When I started this bee, I had a really cartoony idea in my head, and I don't think it can be done now that I've gone this a little bit more, a little less cartoony. Alright, so his back legs come off of, he has 2 legs that come off the back section, and 1 pair of legs that comes off the front section, and the wings come off the front section as well. Chains are not legal on the roads here. Too much damage. Snow tires are a different rubber compound and a different tread pattern. That makes sense. I know in the mornings in Russia we used to see old men with the wheelbarrow of I don't know, was it salt? Was it just dirt, sand, grit? Just on the footpaths, getting the snow out of the way and then putting this stuff on the footpath. It was pretty interesting. Because we don't have snow at all here in Perth. I've never, ever had snow here. We had hail. We have hail on occasion. Sometimes the hail is so big that it causes damage to any car that's outside. Let's use this brush. This is Shane Olsen's Insert Multi-Mesh brush, and he has a great shape in here that he calls appendage. Yeah, the Australian honeybees are different. Put this appendage here. I don't know, there's something special about our honeybees. I didn't even think to look up Australian bee, I just looked up bee. It'll do. You know, it's Australia. We're all different. And then what I need to do is actually just separate. When you draw it on with the insert multi-mesh, you draw on an extra shape, right? But it's attached to whatever you've drawn it onto. So usually I like to split it because I'm usually adding it to be separate, even though you can put it on straight away. I like to manipulate it a bit first. And there are ways you can do that anyway with using just the polyfill. What's it called? See, it's been so long I've forgotten the terminology. It's written here somewhere. It's not polypaint. Polygroups. But I find that a bit picky unless I need to really do that. So I'm just going to group split. And that gives me the legs separate. I'm not going to do all the sections. I think I'm just going to do 2 leg sections and like a hand. We have different colours. If you see me swishing around, it's because there's flies and they've somehow gotten into the house. Australian black flies, just the worst. Okay, let's go back to the draw brush and just what's going on? What's going on? It seems to be lined up. Just going to zoom out a little, see it from a distance. So this one I've kept all as one main mesh, but it's got the polygroups still intact. So we'll see if I can manipulate polygroups. It's a good exercise to get me reacquainted. If you push spacebar, you can get all of these options come up just as a quick menu. So, you know, you got your colours, I don't know, you got your recent brush that you use, the alpha settings, which I haven't really shown you, the material type you can change on the fly. Something else now. Red cap, chalk. We'll change it back to matte cap grey because that's okay. Yeah, a whole bunch of options right here. It's just at your fingertips, so it's a good way. Instead of pushing S to change your draw size, you could just push spacebar because it's right there at the top as well. And then you've got all these other options as well. So I want to unmask everything. And then I wonder if I go into the move tool, unlock it, and then hold down Control and just move it back. There we go. Now that makes another copy, and it's still in the same mesh subtool. Still the same subtool. I can separate it later if I want. Woohoo! It's doing weird stuff. Oh dear. What have we got going on here? Must be weird symmetry going on. Let's have a look. Mirror symmetry. That's freaky. Freaky, freaky. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to push, I think it's Control W. Oh, Control A. No? Go back, back, back. Control A. Okay, that masked everything. It's not what I wanted. Let's have a look. Back to poly groups. What? Auto groups. There we go. What is auto groups? Doesn't show me the shortcut. And the reason that I wanted to do that is that I want to just hide one set of legs. there was a way to change it back to same on each side. It might be somewhere else. Merge and geometry. Modify topology. Mirroring world. Okay, cannot be done when it's just partially hidden. So let's split hidden. Mirroring world. No problems, Dan. Thank you. I heard a little doodling. Not sure what that means at the moment because I didn't have the screen up. Yes, enjoy your dinner. Food is good. Food is good. So I've done that mirroring world, and so now the polygroups are the same on both sides again. And there is madness to my reasons. It'll help later, I think. So I'm going to do that control. I'm just going to. Yep. Okay. I'm just going to hold down control and move it forward again to make the front hands, arms. So my reference pictures, it looks like the front arms are quite close to the head. I'm going to split these off as well. We want to split the unmasked. Cool. Yeah. Okay, so go back to polygroups. Let's see what options we have here. I'm sure I can just maybe if I make my brush size smaller. That didn't work. I know, turn topological on. See if it works on this, it doesn't. Okay. I cannot get it to do what I want it to do, so I'll find a different way. There's like 10 bazillion ways to do things in this program, and so if you can't get it to do what you want, find a different way. Just stop thinking along that path and start thinking along a different path, and we will get there. I want to group split. So now that I've group split, all of these are separate subtools, which gets confusing over here, but we'll group them all together again later. And I think what I want to do, I need a reference picture again. I just want it to be a bit less bendy. Going to move the pivot point to the top of where this to this joint. So I've unlocked the move tool and I'm just moving it around, and the center of this square is going to be the pivot point that everything moves along. So if I rotate it, that's the center of the circle it's rotating on. And I'm going to lock it again. That's pretty good, and you'll see and just move it according to that joint. What else do I need to do here? I need to. It'd be nice if the foot moved with it, you know. So let's do multiple here. This isn't going to work, it's going to do the whole bee. Derp. Okay. So alright, that should be everything. And then select this one again. There we go. Alright, so what I did there was I've masked out all the other regions of the bee so that it's not affected by any tool that I'm using, except for the bottom part of the leg and the foot. And then I selected this, I don't know what you call it, this tool option, where I go from just moving a single piece to moving all of the pieces that are not unmasked. This is multiple. So then I can move the foot around with the leg. So when I go to move the foot into the direction that I want it in, it's not going to be off over there. I can just move the pivot point to the joint again and wiggle the foot around. Okay, how did I want this? Less bendy. Ah, what happened? What did I do? Okay. What am I doing? Lock. I think I was just slightly missing the lock button and clicking onto this part over here. I'll turn perspective off. So I do have another problem. Because I didn't mirror and weld the back leg to have the same polygroups, when I separated the polygroups out for this leg, it didn't separate these ones into the same group. So this leg hasn't changed at all from the work that I did on this one. But that is okay. I'm not sure which direction it mirror and welds in, but let's find out. Huh? So what I want to do is I'm just going to delete this. Delete this one. And I'm going to delete that one. And what I'm going to do is just merge down these three leg parts. This one, merge down, merge down again. Now that leg is all one piece. And I'm going to go back to geometry, modify, and mirror and weld. Resulting mesh does not contain any polygons. Okay, hang on. Le what? Okay, let's see if we can just deformation and so now I've moved the leg to the other side of the bee and we'll try mirror and weld again. There we go. So it only ever looks at one side of the mesh before it goes to mirror and weld, and that side is the left side from looking from the front in. Alright, I suppose we should do some wings. We could do some antenna. Antenna would be the same way as the legs. Okay, so sort of come up from. This music's really relaxing. I want to go back to bed. Sort of the center of the front of the face for a little bit. Ah! Of course. I had this chillin', just chillin'. I had this set to all the subtools again, which was causing that weird problem. Now I've turned it back to singular. Alright, that'll do for now. It's not perfect. Coffee and test prints on the new WAN house. Oh, did you get new ones from the Aldi sale recently? Nice. Very nice. I've really cut down on my 3D printer obsession. I've packed up most of my printers. I now have just the CR10 out, and I have the Mini on standby, the MP Select Mini on standby. I've packed away my Delta, which I really don't have a good use for, and it's not really good enough for me to give away to anybody. So I have friends who are interested in 3D printing, but I don't want to give them a printer that's difficult to work with. My Wanhao is a ABS only machine at the moment, and I'm no longer printing in ABS because it drives my asthma just crazy. What else? My Wombots both were disassembled to create Frankenbot. That was while I was pregnant, so I got a bit crazy with being stuck in the house for a while at the end there. But I never finished it, so it's now been disassembled again, and it's just spare parts. ABS only because it was an all-metal construction. It was didn't have 3D printed parts holding it together. I can put it in an enclosure and not be worried about the heat making parts soft. I mean parts on the printer, not the printed parts. Oh, Lulzbots look cool. I really like their leveling system. It just looks perfect. With the 4 metal touch plates on the side. And because it's a small bed plate, it shouldn't have much warp. So theoretically, once you set it up, it should be perfecto. Yeah. Okay, I'm just going to spend a minute and just label all of these subtools. So, yeah, this one. Not separated yet. Okay, hang on. Houston, we have a problem. Okay, split. Okay, you see what I want to do? I want to just, here we go. I want to mask the head. And then I want to Control W to turn these two poly groups into one. No, it's not going to do that. Okay, invert the mask, then push Control W to turn the antenna into one poly group in its own self, and then split groups. Saves me a step later of splitting and then merging and blah, 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 blah. Alright, cool. So now I'm going to just rename this to head, tail, that was me, I pushed F before pushing rename. Rename this one to feelers because I can't spell very well. Antenna, it just seems too difficult at the minute. What do we call this? Rename body, because we've got a tail, right? And we've got rename mid legs. Rename front legs. Rename back legs. Alright. Cool. You see my body has disappeared. There we go. There it is. Cool. Alright. What time is it? It's 8 o'clock. I feel the need to make myself a coffee. Let's see what I can do here. Turn the floor off. Oh, perspective changes everything. I don't like to work with perspective on. I think it's too extreme. There is a setting somewhere that you can change the perspective on, but I forgot where it is. I haven't played around with it yet. That's what I want to do, so I need to find meat. Pink, really. Perspective is the second from the top on the right bar. Right bar, right bar. Oh yeah, no, there's a way to change the amount of distortion. So, whatever the setting is at the moment, I think it's too extreme in that it's not, you know, people say, oh, it's for like a true to life perspective of where you're looking, but I think it's too harsh. and not right. I think it needs to be softened less, made less. Anyway, where'd that sign go? There it is. There we go. I shall be back very soon.
Turbulent and you are cool. You watch me smile and dance like a fool. But I don't care 'cause you do like me. We lose it all and we'll be free. We lose it all.
Thank you very much. Preston, you're a champion. I am back. I am back with my Milo. I know it says coffee on the screen, but I changed my mind at the last minute. Yeah, I'm making a bee. There you go. Oh, where's my pen? It's always a pen. Okay. So I'm just working on a bee. It's not quite cartoony, but not quite realistic either. I think what I'm about to do is just add some eyes. More spheres. No, actually, we'll do the insert multi-mesh brush as well. I want a quad sphere or a sphere? Sphere? Quad sphere it is. Milo, the quintessential. Yes, yes, it is the food of champions. I can't pronounce that word, but I know it means, pretty sure it means something to do with South living, because they're down under, right? So the reason I chose to use the iron and brush instead of appending a circle is just so I can do it symmetrically all at once. I could choose to put in the sphere and then make the eye shape the way that I want it and then mirror and weld. That's another way I can do that as well. Greg! Greg, welcome! Oh my goodness! Hi, Logan! I'm super happy you guys made it. I think what I need to do is just rotate this a little this way. It has been so long. I've been a little absent. I'm just using the move brush just to move things in very small increments. So I get this eye shape right. They have quite interesting eyes. Hey, Alex! Yeah, good, good. Slime Time kills me. Yeah, I know. It's unfortunate because Saturday mornings, my Saturday mornings, are one of the only times that I can get to stream. Unfortunately, that's Friday night in a lot of other places in the world, which is really busy for other people. How's it going? Yeah, good, good. This is the first time I've been modeling again since before Christmas. I'm making a bee. It doesn't look too 3D printable yet, but I hope to make it 3D printable because I want to give it to Max, who commissioned me a while ago and I've fallen behind. So I've got this bee to do, and also Peter, who's also watching, I've got his coffee monster to do next, and that'll be the end of my commission run from last year, if you remember. Everybody else, I mean, Max was a last minute entry. In fact, he well after commissions were closed, he put in his $25. I'm like, yeah, okay, no problem. So I will open commissions again, but I think I'll have to limit it to like 4 at a time. Hello, Mr. Jonas. How are you? I don't know, what expression do I want this bee to have? I think his eyes are a bit upside down. Hi! Hello, Amy! I think the eyes are a bit more flat on the top. So I had his eyes a bit backwards and then a bit more rounded on the bottom, but it makes him look evil. These aren't evil. Maybe if I rotate it a bit more this way. Angry expression. I know. I don't want him to be angry. It reminds me of that movie. It was scary. What was it called? Paper House? It's a horror movie. And this kid was, he drew a picture. He was very lonely. He drew a picture of a building, and there was a person in the building, like a child, and that building became real, and the person inside the child became real as well. But he didn't draw the person with legs, so that it was a crippled child. And then he drew his dad because he wanted his dad to come back home or something, but he accidentally drew his dad angry, and he was really angry. Oh, it's a crazy, like, old film. Yeah, it's going to take me a while to get through the coffee monster. Hey Shane, how you going? Long time no see. That's my fault, I've been hiding. I think his eyes, maybe they need to be up higher? The antennas sort of come halfway up his eyes. Ah, thanks Logan. The bee invasion? Or the invasion from the other streams? Niggy Man Mike. Rating a stream from Angus, thank you. Thanks Tony, thanks to Angus and Logan, everyone sending people here, that's great. Hi Skewed, we're making a bee using zBrush. I'm trying to work out these eyes, I've done something funny to them already. Yeah, my baby is less and less a baby every day, oh my goodness. He'll be 11 months on the 21st of February. So he's 10 and a half, I think, at the minute. And he's, oh man, he's got so much energy. Welcome from the other stream. Is that like from the other side? See, now I've brought his eyes up too high. I can see that. Definitely too high. Maybe there. Yeah, and so yeah, being a parent's pretty cool. But he grows up so quickly. I've got the itchiest nose. I'm so sorry. I'm just going to go off camera and blow my nose. Hang on. Because nobody wants to see that. 5 and 3. Oh wow. Yeah. I'm still trying to work out when to give him certain foods and stuff. Like he's nearly 1. Good booger jokes. I don't know any good ones. Oh, what's brown and sticky? A stick. Don't want to be a parent? You don't have to. It's okay. I didn't think I was going to be a parent, and then not until I met my now husband, um, and I knew really early on when I met him that I wanted a family with this person, and it was really strange because the whole rest of my life I was like, nah, I'm not having kids. Oh, how do you make Kleenex dance? Oh, I know the punchline now. I figured it out. That's so funny. 16 and 21. Wow. Mickey Mike. What's long, hard, and full of semen? A submarine? Gosh, guys. Being uncle is the best. You get to be the fun uncle, right? Or the silly uncle, mean uncle, the best uncle. Oh, there's the punchline. Yay! How do you make a Kleenex dance? Put a little boogie in it. Honk. Alright, I think that'll do for the eyes for the moment. I don't know if I want to put the little pincers in. I think it might just be a bit much. I want him to remain simple. I gotta do wings. Let's see, what am I gonna do for these wings? Wings are just terrible. I'm so bad at them. When I live on the other side of the world. Yeah, it's a bit like that. My mum lives in Russia. She teaches English over there. And I grew up with just my mum for the whole of my childhood until I was a teenager. And then, and we can't live together. We just can't. We clash. Something chronic. But as soon as I moved out and, you know, we had a bit of time apart, everything's hunky-dory. And we can spend time together and, you know, up to 2 weeks in the same house, no problem. Best of friends other than that. Thank you for the cheers, Greg. Cheers, mate. Being a grandpa, oh wow, yeah. Yeah, I hear it's different from having a child, and it's better in some way. Yeah, the old days, just chilling on a stream. Now, I'm pretty sure bastard, by definition, is a child born out of wedlock. So I get to proclaim proudly that I'm a bastard. Hunky dory. Hunky dory. It's hunky dory with a. I would spell it with a HU. Hunky. It's all hunky dory, mate. Alright, wings. What am I doing for wings? Let's have a look at the different shapes I can put in. Oops. There we go. Cubes and circles and cones. Rings. Helixes. Gears. I might put in a cylinder. Whoops. Select this cylinder. Evening again, Mickey Mike. Hi, JT. Welcome to the stream. I see you a lot on Twitter. Like this. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to geometry and change it to a Dynamesh. And there's a good reason for it. If I try to smooth out this shape and move it, it's going to be quite jarring. because it's got such low amount of geometry. So if I try and move a bit, you can see it makes some funny things going on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to Dynamesh it, and that's going to give it a lot more geometry, and we can move things a bit in smaller increments, and it'll be really nice, hopefully. I love it. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Excellent, excellent. Paracetamol. Got a headache? Okay, Dynamesh. Where'd it go? There it is. Resolution 128 is fine. We're going to turn blur off. You never need blur, come on. Just going to smooth everything around. Alright, JT, have a good one, mate. I will see you around. Okay, so move. I'm going to move. I'm going to make my brush size bigger. I'm going to zoom in a bit. And I think I'm going to make this side thinner. This. It's okay that it's not flat because it's a wing and wings are a bit more fluid. Pull this out a little. Push it down. How am I moving my mouse? I have a, what do you call it? It's a drawing tablet screen. So I'm actually drawing directly onto the monitor with this stylus. I hope that shows up on camera. I'm not actually looking at the feedback today. Friday night community stream, yeah. Sweet. Say hello to Matt for me. Bum, bum, bum. Wait, you called out Chris? Where? If Krusty joins the stream, he'll want me to make the bee into a Ned Kelly bee. zBrush, the full version costs $800 US, I think. At least mine did. And but there's a zBrush Core, which is the same program but hobbled. There's still a lot of features and it's perfectly usable. But if you want to get a full program, not just a demo, but you can't afford the full one. Does that even make sense? My goodness, let me start again. You can download a demo of zBrush for 45 days, the full version of the program, for free. The full version of the program will cost approximately $800 US. That's without looking it up, so I'm just remembering what I paid. But there is a zBrush Core program, which is very similar to the full program. It just has less tools and you can't use plugins and things like that. But it's still very usable as a sculpting program. A Wacom board. I have a Wacom Intuos, which you just draw on the tablet and you look at the screen. This particular monitor isn't a Cintiq. I don't have that kind of money, unfortunately. It's a Huion GT 920. I don't know. It was a something. It's a couple of models back from their most recent one anyway, and it's not bad. It was This cost me as well. This monitor cost me 800 or 700 US dollars, and I'm super happy with it for the price, and it works. It came with 2 pens. They need charging, but the charge lasts forever, and I always just have the other one plugged in, ready to go. See you, Logan. Great to see you again. Alright, I think this is a pretty good wing. Let's just move it down. This way. Good morning. See, I'm not sure because I bought the zBrush core. I bought it with the Wacom tablet for, I think it was 300 Australian dollars. It's like 149 US for the tablet and the program. And I think the program costs very similar to that price, so it was a really good deal. So if you look up Wacom Intuos 3D, let me just type it in the chat. Wacom Intuos 3D. You should find it on the internet, the deal that it comes with. And you definitely need a tablet to get the most out of the program, that's for sure. Using a mouse is not going to do it for you. That's a given in this because it's like clay. Gosh, my words are so difficult today. Alrighty, wings. Where do the wings attach? They attach above the arms. There's a cat on my table now. Okay, the wing attaches above the arm. Very good. Let's just do this a little. And what I'm going to do is a mirror in world, which was modify topology, mirror in world. Now I have a wing on the other side as well. How's it, Greg? South African going on. Cool. Still hungover on a Friday night? Okay, what do I want to do with these wings? I think it really just needs to come down a little as well, because his wings are tucked away, he's not flying. Oh, I want some tacos. Jeez. Why would you bring up tacos? You want beer and tacos, Greg. And. Definitely and. Okay. Just try that mirror world again. What have we got now? Should the wings follow? So the wings on the bees I'm looking at, they don't follow the curve of the body. Tinker Dog, how are you, mate? Jeez, long time, eh? I've been hiding out, and I'm back again. Just need my symmetry on. Alright, it's definitely not going to be 3D printer friendly. Ooh, that's cool. If you push tab, the side menus and the top menu disappear, and you get a more full screen view. Who knew, right? The things you learn. I could make him flying instead, and that would put his wings way out to the side. Let's have a look at what that does too. Actually, that's not bad. It's not bad. Pull his wings out a bit more. We put them up. Get them where I want them to be. There we go. Are you taking commissions again? Not yet. Not yet. I still have, I've got to finish this bee off, and I need to do Peter's Coffee Monster. Peter's Coffee Monster is pretty huge. So, my parents are visiting, my father and my stepmom are visiting from the 11th, and they're going to be here for 2 weeks as well, so I'm not going to have any time to model for the next 2 weeks. Thanks, 3D Creator. I just plunder around and until it looks alright. I think what I need to do is, if the wings are going to stay in this position, I need to smooth out the underside. Which is just as easy as holding down Shift. I might make a couple of adjustments there. Yeah, definitely. I will be opening commissions again, and I will be limiting them to 4 commissions at a time, because what happened when I opened up commissions before is I got like 20 jobs in one day, and that's why it's taken me so long to get through them all. I wasn't prepared for such an influx, but it was really cool. I had lots of fun. Oh yeah, cool. I'm glad that Bonnie could help. My sister is a graphic designer, graphic artist. If anybody's interested, she's at Spiketail94 on Twitter. If you need some graphic work done, she often takes commissions, so yeah, cool. She's really good. She's a great communicator. She wants to do the best for you that she wants, so that's good. Thank you, Filament Frenzy. Hey, all my Twitter friends are here. I'm not sure what to do next. I know I need to refine everything and make it a bit fluffy. I want the body here to be fluffy. I'll probably put marks in for the color changes, just so that it's visible when printing. The legs and the antenna are not printer friendly, but I think I'm just going to have to leave it that way and it'll be printed large. A cartoon, yes. Oh, I think I missed something. You like puzzles. Well, someone likes puzzles, huh? Oh, really? What happened, Meta? Sorry to hear that. Ah, oh, thanks, Builders. Builders Mark. Alright, yeah, I think I'm ready to start refining. Let's go back up here and rename some of these. So this one is Wings. Have we got any others that don't have names? I'm sure the eyes... Oh, the eyes are part of the body for some reason. Okay, so what I need to do here is split by groups. Okay, so we can rename, where'd the eyes go? Rename this one to eyes. Fair enough, Meta, fair enough. Okay, so rename the body one just to body. Good night, Chris. Have a lovely sleep. The cat's about to stand on my keyboard here. Hang on. Oh. There we go. The keyboard is now safe from the cats. Okay, so everything now has names. Excellent. Good, 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 good. I think I'm going to work on the body first because I know what that wants to be. It wants to be fluffy. How I'm going to make it fluffy, who knows? First of all, I want to add some geometry. Dynamesh. Blur off. Smooth it all over. Split from the total length, rotate each 90 degrees to the build plate and it'll print better. Then glue left and right halves together. Yep, I get you. Split right down the middle. Thanks, McNallius. Yeah, I've just I'm happy with the base now, so I'm just gonna sort of figure out what I want to do, how I want to make this fluffy. So, try some different pens maybe and just see what happens. Room hair. Zoom in. It's make my brush size a bit smaller. Yeah, no. Spike. Whoa, that's weird. Let's not use that one. I'm just going to experiment with a bunch of brushes. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, that could work. Let's turn the intensity down. You know what else I could do is I could just add noise to the whole thing. Let's see if we can do that. I think there's a lightbox noise. Let's see what noises we have. It's not really a hair noise anywhere. No. Let's stick with the brush. Thanks, Dan. If we sort of do it in a direction here. Send her that in an email meta. I can't save it from the chat box. Bye, Ducky-chan. Hi, Jeremy and Vicky. I'm just softening this a bit, and then I'm going to go over it again. Yeah, I think so too. It's good find actually. Groom turbula. Groom turbulence. There we go. Happy with that. You want to print it already, it's not even done. Yeah, gets a bit like that. Drill jigs, cool. Assembling tables for the makerspace, that is so good. Who was I watching? I was watching a guy last night who built a pipe desk, and he didn't want to spend all the money on the flanges and stuff. So what he did was he just bought the pipes and he got the hardware store to thread them for him, and he 3D printed the flanges from Mastercard, and then used spare bits of wood and 3D printed and designed his own brackets for the wood parts, and made himself a little desk. It's really cool. Yeah, I think I like that. I like that. Hopefully it'll show up in the 3D print. I don't know if it will. It might not be deep enough, but I can go through maybe if it's not deep enough with something like the Damien Standard, and just pop in some extra dents and things later. Yeah, I forget the name of his channel, but I've been there a few times because he has really good tips on Fusion 360. It's definitely worth watching. I wish I remember his channel name. Oh, I feel bad now. Okay, what's next? I want to maybe give the tail lines. Desktop Makes. Desktop Makes. That's it. Thank you. Go watch Desktop Makes because he has some really cool tips on Fusion 360. So what I want to do here is actually save a morph target and then change my brush to chisel. Where is the chisel? Chisel this one. Which is brush tip 7, and I'll probably have to turn the intensity down. Let's just see. Okay. Stroke. Lazy radius is too high. Okay, that's better. Forgot to Dynamesh it first, so let's do that. Okay, good. How many stripes do we want on this thing? So, I've got so many different bees up. They all look different. Five, 3, fewer stripes, more sting. Oh, I see. Turn up the Z intensity. I've turned it down too slow, too much. There we go. What do I need to do here? stroke. So alright. Just have to deal with it. You can smooth it off later. It's going to be black. Oh, that didn't start off too well. Try again. Black again. Oops. What's going on here? Come on, Jess. Okay. To come in with a damn standard, I think this chisel's no good. More stripes goes faster. I don't like these to go too fast. If I just, let's see, paint. This is too black. Too black. It's just to give an idea of what everything's going to be. Stem's always black. I have a horrible feeling my hot drink's not hot anymore. It is lukewarm. Yeah, I think that's alright for the stripes. Never forget Abe. Jeez, Abe took so long. Alright, I'm actually going to stop too. It's been 2 hours now, and it's always good to have a break every couple of hours, stretch legs, do something else, get the brain a bit refreshed. So whether I'm streaming or not, the next steps will definitely be to make these stripes prominent but not messy. Like I've got to tidy them up and not too prominent, if that makes any sense. I might put a little bit of texture in. It may or may not print, the texture that is. But it's always nice just to include in the model, because if you upsize it really large, then it will print. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the wings. The legs need to be smoothed out. They're pretty much going to stay the way they are. They'll just, yeah, just going to add a bit more geometry so they're smoother. And the face, I will probably make a bit fluffy up the top here. I will round out the eyes a bit more, and the antenna will need to be smoothed as well. And I think that will probably do it. Alright guys, well thank you very much for joining me, and I hope to see you all again soon. I'm most active on Twitter. I'm at SparkyFace5, all one word, it's the number 5. And I'll see you later. Ciao, bye.